work with security, we write process procedures, we know how to handle that. Get them. But if it's a teacher, there's no precedence. And then a lot of the schools like Uvalde, Texas, and all of those situations, you know, you just thank God it didn't happen, right? Because at the end of the day, we can have rules and procedures, but when you start hearing that gun go off, all that's gonna go out the window. And folk gonna be dashing under tables. That's the reason why the police chief is losing his job, the superintendent's losing their job. Because what they did, they jumped on each other. And that didn't bring resolution and help to anybody. So Chief, I appreciate you being here today. Yeah, it's okay. But at the end of the day, guys, you know, there's a process now. I worked as operations manager, so the teacher made the threat, right? First thing you have to do is call your bosses. You don't just call police. You have to get, because there's messaging that has to be created. There's conversations that need to be had. The principal in that building's hands are tied, to be clear. If she makes any move without the superintendent's approval, then there's going to be a problem, because they pay people like me to come and speak. You see what I'm saying? And say, hey, you know what? And I mean as an operations manager, you know, we have to get the message ready for you to tell you what happened. Obviously, the ball's been dropped. The ball's been dropped because still there's a cloud of uncertainty with you. Nobody knows what to do next. And that is something that needs to be addressed. But at the end of the day, it's a very unusual situation. Very unusual situation. I think one of the things that I've heard in the rumors, like we're all hearing rumors at this point, we have to kind of create our own stories, that the first thing they did was connect that young lady with the psychologist in that building to understand where she was, while they were waiting on messaging to come down from the diocese. Because again, you can't make any moves, none, unless those above you tell you what you say, when to call. You can't even call the police. It doesn't make sense. I'm not saying it makes sense.
Policies and procedures at all.
Thank you.
Policies and procedures aside, common sense should dictate that it's not going to take me 4 hours to call chief and let them know that somebody just threatened the lives of young children.
I agree with you. I don't disagree with you.
Sacrifice kids' safety for escalation process. I'm an
I don't
EHS
disagree
manager
with you.
over a Fortune 500 company. I'm over, Marcus, almost 1,100 team members on a daily basis. If I'm responsible for everybody in the facility, and I know I have an active shooter or a threat of an active shooter in my building, I'm not following policies and procedures. I'm worried about protecting the most. And that's what's not happening.
And I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you.
With all respect, as parents that's worried about their children's safety, we're not trying to hear what you're saying.
Okay.
We don't care about what policies and procedures she has to follow. We get it. The archdiocese runs the school, not the principal. But at some point, as a principal, because we drop our kids off to you daily, you have to make a call.
I don't disagree.
And that call was to protect the children, and that was not done.
I don't disagree with you. You said you're a leader in the Fortune 500
Absolutely.
company. So
Number
you have
129 on the list.
Absolutely. And you have employees underneath you. And if there are catastrophes on the level beneath you, even if you've given them the autonomy to make those decisions, right? They still need to report up to you what they're doing.
We're talking about 10-year-olds.
But
you 9 and 10-year-olds.
I don't disagree with you.
But you make the
thinking that
decision on
I'm
what's best
disagreeing.
for
I
the
don't
most.
disagree. I don't disagree. Everybody, I don't disagree.
No, I think the consensus, I think, is, again, like I started this meeting, emotions are going to be high. I appreciate